Hey everyone, Ken Angst, Haute Properties NV, the Angst Real Estate team. Hey, welcome back to our weekly podcast. Our goal is simple here. What we're trying to do is educate all our followers about the real estate market in the Reno-Sparks area. Today we're following up on a featured interview we had with Adam Searcy. He's the Chief Facilities Management Officer for the Washoe County School District. Hey, last week we had a great discussion with Adam. He talked about a construction update on the Marcy Hers Middle School that's going in at the intersection of Thomas Creek and Rio Creek. He was gracious enough to stay around for some additional time after that on that interview, and we're featuring that today as part 2. And what today's discussion with Adam is, we're going to be talking about the specifics of what Washoe County School District has planned for schools in the South Meadows, Damani Ranch area. So enjoy our featured interview with Adam, and if you have any comments, questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, and we'll go from there. I hope everyone is safe and stay positive. We will get through this crazy time that we're dealing with, and we'll go from there. Have a good week. Talk about, you were telling me before we started the podcast, a lot of other stuff going on in Damani Ranch area. Can you kind of give us an update on what's kind of going there?
Sure. Well, I mentioned, we opened 3 schools August 2019. One of those was Nick Kietzke Elementary School. So tremendous growth in the Damani Ranch, South Meadows area for many, many years. We had overcrowded situation over there. Open up Nick Kietzke Elementary over there, and immediately already have still at capacity and continued growth over there. So we have an elementary school property, and we're under design off of Rio Wrangler Parkway, in between Damani Ranch High School and Veterans Parkway. That's a property that we own outright. The school district owns
it. Okay, great.
And an important part of our message, we're not going to build things before they're necessary. These are taxpayer dollars. We're trying to be we are very judicious with the use of those. So we're ready, and as soon as it's needed, we're going to open that school, likely in fall 2023 timeframe. But
is that when it's starting or construction, or is that when it'll be opening?
Right now, that's the probable open date.
We won't hold you to it, but
it hasn't been approved officially. We're designing it so
okay,
that we can be ready to pull the trigger when we see the enrollment numbers dictate the need.
Now, a lot of those, do you guys basically use the same footprint for every school, or are you changing around based on the layout, or how does that work? How does the county, or how does the school district kind of?
Well, at the elementary school level, actually, Kietzke was first of its kind, prototype design. It's a 2-story elementary school. If you haven't been in it, you should check it out. It's gorgeous, but it's unlike any elementary school that we've built. That prototype, that footprint, that design will be repeated now for years to come. So we're building the exact building now up in Spanish Springs, and the one off of Rio Wrangler will be of the same design.
Okay, and then you said something about Daybreak. Can you kind of give some insight into the Daybreak community when that?
It's still a ways out there, but the good thing about having the funding, the revenue stream certainty, is that we can collaborate with the developers. So whether it's Stonegate, Daybreak, major master plan communities like that, we're at the table with them, finding the best location within their development, and then entering into an agreement with them to acquire or build an elementary school or whatever's needed. Right now we have slated for 1 elementary school in Daybreak when that's needed, and there's even plans of an additional high school potentially years into the future. Okay,
yeah, so I know a lot of people don't understand all the logistics that go on behind the background, so it's great that you bring this out. So anything else down south? Expansions of any other schools, or is that kind of the wrap on?
I mean, those are all the major projects. Like I mentioned, the rezoning has a lot of impacts. We've got the Pleasant Valley students have just recently been rezoned from DePoli Damani to Hers Galena.
Okay.
Things like that. It doesn't affect the facility side, but it certainly affects families. And really, we're just trying to balance the enrollment so we don't have underused schools or overused schools.
Maximize utilization of each school.
But it's families, so it's an emotional process, but we've done some good work. The community comes out, they provide input, we listen, we make changes, and we come up with a solution.
Great. Well, thanks for coming in, Adam. I appreciate you sharing all this information with my listeners. And then hopefully, maybe as we get closer to the opening of Marcy Hers, will you have an open house that the public can come take a look at, or is that an option, or will there be a ribbon cutting?
There will certainly be a ribbon cutting.
Okay.
We've got a lot of work to do, so probably won't be an open house before school starts, except for maybe, like there is at a typical new school, the first week of school kind of thing. But we're going to celebrate it tremendously once it's open.
Because I've been going, I've lived in Reno most of my life, and I remember playing basketball at Pine Middle School. Just because we came from Carson, and that was the South Reno High School, middle school. So, well, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it, and
you bet.
we'll look forward to talking to you in the near future.
Thanks, Ken.
Thanks.
Well done.